M23, Rwanda, Uvira. You may have heard these three terms mentioned simultaneously. For decades, the Democratic Republic of Congo has been locked in a silent struggle with its much smaller neighbor, Rwanda, a struggle for power, influence, and survival. And today, that struggle has a new focal point, Uvira, one of the most strategic cities in all of eastern Congo. Rwanda's renewed effort to overtake Uvira is not merely about seizing land or winning a military advantage. It is part of a larger goal: to recapture its influence over the Congo, revive the shadow networks it once controlled, and regain access to the mineral wealth that has fueled its economy for decades. Controlling Uvira means controlling the gateway to South Kivu, dominating key trade routes around Lake Tanganyika, and tightening Rwanda's hold on the mineral belt that stretches across the region. In simple terms, the fight for Uvira is Rwanda's attempt to secure its economic lifeline, because without Congo, Rwanda struggles to survive. This is the story of how Rwanda, a nation tiny in size but sharp in ambition, gained extraordinary political, military, and economic influence over one of Africa's largest and richest countries. It is a story of infiltration, proxy warfare, resource extraction, and calculated destabilization. Over the last 30 years, the battle for eastern Congo has become the battleground for Rwanda's survival. And the truth hidden beneath it all is simple: Rwanda only thrives when Congo remains weak. Rwanda is a small, landlocked country with limited natural resources. Yet somehow, it has repeatedly managed to outmaneuver a nation more than 50 times its size. This was not by luck. It was the result of disciplined military strategy, political infiltration at the highest levels, and the exploitation of Congo's long-standing corruption and internal divisions. Rwanda understood early that chaos inside Congo was not a tragedy. It was an opportunity. By supporting rebel groups, influencing key political figures, and inserting loyalists into strategic institutions, Rwanda built a structure of power within Congo that became almost invisible, yet incredibly effective. This influence was cemented in 1997, when Mobutu Sese Seko was overthrown. Laurent Désiré Kabila seized power with massive assistance from Rwanda and Uganda. But once in power, Kabila realized he had opened the country to partners who took far more than they gave. Rwandan interests began extracting minerals, manipulating political appointments, and acting with impunity. When Kabila attempted to break free from Rwanda's grip, he paid the ultimate price. In 2001, he was assassinated by one of his own bodyguards, a killing widely believed to have been orchestrated by foreign hands unhappy with his defiance. After Laurent Kabila's death, power passed to Joseph Kabila, a quiet and youthful figure whom many Congolese believed was not truly his son. Whether those suspicions were accurate or not, one thing became clear: Joseph Kabila was perfectly compatible with Rwanda's interests. During his 18 years in power, Rwandan-aligned generals were integrated into Congo's army. Rebel leaders were given government positions, and Rwanda's influence spread through political and military structures like roots beneath the soil. Congo's army, already fragile, was further weakened from within. During this period, the rebel group M23 became central to Rwanda's strategy. In the early 2010s, Joseph Kabila waged a public war against M23, portraying himself as a defender of Congo's sovereignty. Thousands of civilians died in the conflict. Yet years later, after M23 resurfaced stronger in 2022, Kabila admitted that the group had legitimate grievances. This revelation exposed the earlier conflict for what it was: political theater designed to build Kabila's legitimacy, even as Rwanda's networks remained deeply embedded in the country. Eventually, Felix Tshisekedi replaced Kabila as president. Many believed his rise to power was quietly approved by Rwanda, but Tshisekedi broke the old arrangement. He refused to continue Rwanda's silent dominance over Congo's military and politics. In 2022, he publicly confronted Paul Kagame and denounced Rwanda's interference. From that moment, Congo and Rwanda shifted from cold rivalry to open confrontation. Not surprisingly, M23 immediately returned to war, a move widely seen as Kigali's retaliatory message. This leads to one of the most misunderstood questions. How can a country as large as Congo fail to defeat a relatively small rebel group like M23? The answer lies not in military strength, but in internal sabotage. For decades, Congo's army was filled with officers whose loyalty was divided between Congo and Rwanda. Former rebels were integrated into command positions. Chains of command were disrupted. Strategic units were compromised. When Congo fights M23 today, it is not merely fighting rebels. It is fighting the consequences of years of infiltration orchestrated during the Kagame-Kabila era. And now, at the center of the conflict sits Uvira, a city whose capture would allow Rwanda to re-establish military corridors, open trade routes for smuggled minerals, and rebuild the influence it lost when Tshisekedi rebelled against its control. Uvira is not just a battlefield, it is a key piece in Rwanda's survival strategy. Because here lies the deepest truth of the entire conflict. Rwanda depends on Congo for its survival. Despite its polished international image, Rwanda does not possess the natural resources it exports in such large quantities. The gold, coltan, tin, and tungsten that appear on Rwanda's export lists come overwhelmingly from Congolese soil. These minerals fund Rwanda's economy, strengthen its currency, and maintain its geopolitical alliances. Without access to Congolese resources, Rwanda's economic model collapses. A stable Congo, one capable of securing its mines, controlling its borders, and enforcing sovereignty, threatens Rwanda's economic lifeline. If Congo rises, Rwanda weakens. And Rwanda knows this. This is why Kigali fights so fiercely. This is why rebel groups are armed and deployed. This is why chaos persists in eastern Congo. Because the moment Congo becomes stable and united, the era of Rwanda's hidden dominance ends. So the war continues, not over ideology, not over ethnic grievances, and not even over simple border disputes. It continues because Rwanda needs Congo to remain destabilized in order to survive. And if Congo finally stabilizes, strengthens its army, and takes control of its immense mineral wealth, then Congo will thrive, while Rwanda faces the economic starvation it has long managed to avoid. This is the hidden war behind the war. The battle for Uvira, the battle for Eastern Congo, is ultimately the battle for Rwanda's survival. If you find this video informative, please don't hesitate to subscribe, like, share, and comment.